You need to get a war toy out of the box. Things that are straight would be good. So can you find something in there like a soldier or a gun? They're going to go down the can, and we're going to make a peace sign. So I'll make the sign and you can start putting the men on. The students and I are using toys of violence, toys like war toys and toys that children might use in ways that are not peaceful to create a peaceful piece of artwork.
2001 and 2010 is the UN-declared International Decade for a Culture of Peace and Nonviolence for the Children of the World. It is now 2007, and around the world there are still child soldiers, there are still children affected by landmines and affected by war being displaced from their families.
Our society is enveloped in a culture of violence and war. Our media presents that culture of violence to us, and the children absorb it.
There are gangs in our schools, there are children with weapons, there is military recruitment in our local high schools, there are children watching ever increasingly violent TV shows and playing with violent video games.
So what we're trying to do now through our project, Acts of Transformation, War Toys to Peace Art, is create a culture of peace for children and a way of resolving conflict in a peaceful way, because we'll always have conflict, and what we need to do is to resolve in a way that is nonviolent, basically through dialogue. And war toys teach children exactly the opposite, that conflict is resolved through violence, and we want them to learn the values of a culture of peace. My ancestors are the Doukhobors, and the project War Toys to Peace Art came from that heritage, because in 1895, on June 28th, high in the Transcaucasus Mountains of Russia, the Doukhobors on 3 separate plateaus brought their weapons that they considered would be used for killing other people, and put them in huge heaps, laced them with kerosene, and at midnight burnt them in 3 great bonfires, and renounced military service to the Tsar. And for this they were severely persecuted and punished. Many of them died, and I've been sitting on this legacy. And when the World Peace Forum was coming to Vancouver, I wanted to get the children involved in this, and I thought, let's gather war toys from all of the schools in British Columbia and bring them to Vancouver. And on June the 28th, which was the concluding day of the World Peace Forum, put them in a huge heap and burn them all. Well, there was an abhorrence for pollution and all the plastic that would be burned. And then a young lady, Navit was her name, suggested that we make peace art from these war toys. And thus was born the project War Toys to Peace Art.
When I heard Sam's idea, I brought it back to Coquitlam School District, and right away people jumped on board. I talked to parent groups and I talked to teachers, and they loved the idea, so we started the project.
So a group of students and I got aboard, and the children themselves helped create the earth. So we made a giant earth and surrounded it in a peace sign using army soldiers and guns. There was a video and a game, and all the things that would be used for war instead represented peace on the earth. And then, to emphasize that, we put hearts for love and doves of peace flying overhead. We had some drops here that were red of the earth bleeding, and talked about how the earth itself feels what the people feel. We had, there's a skull kind of a shape here over Africa. At the time, there was a lot in the news about war in Africa. And as we completed this, there was a lot of pride in all of the students in what they'd accomplished. And it's something that I think will carry on for them, that message of peace instead of war.
Our local art gallery, the Port Moody Art Gallery, offered to show all the works the month of May. They put me in touch with artists who would help create these pieces. The police department offered to collect the toys, to do skits at assemblies. Councils endorsed it. A local toy shop was giving little goodie bags to kids in exchange for their toys. So we got the whole community involved.
And my name is Mason. And my name is Cornell. We're from Mr. Parnell's class Division 5. And we're here to talk to you about war toys. Every day, children like you are step on landmines and get killed or hurt. Landmines are bombs that are planted in the ground. And by donating one of your war toys in, you can make your life more peaceful. This is a war toy. So these, thank you for listening. Thank you.
This was valuable for the students in my class because they were able to go around to all the classes in the school in small groups of 2 or 3 children and present the idea of giving up your war toys. So it helped them practice their public speaking, and then each day we went around and gathered up the war toys, which helped them practice their social responsibility skills.
I'm trying to talk to these kids. I talk to them about how kids are involved with war, how many child soldiers there are, how many children are killed by landmines. And I actually tell kids here that by sitting in front of the computer or TV or playing with these games, they are becoming more bullies because they are not going out and making friends, or they're not solving their problems peacefully because they just think that you can pick up a gun and shoot the kids. So once kids know this, they're more than happy to turn in their toys, and then we make art with them.
We've started to decommission all these toys so that they're no longer toys that are functional toys as far as toys of violence. And also, as you say, it's acts of transformation. So we're actually transforming them, getting children to think, how can they begin thinking from violence to peace, to cooperation, and to things that are positive and virtuous rather than things that are destructive and harmful to us.
Here's our war toys.
Assistant trucks, and they come out of here and they go out on the ground. It like rescues people if they're down a hill, like they're caught around down hills. It's like where the garbage trucks go and stuff, and like these are the garbage trucks, and they're heading out to go. This is the hospital. This is the place. Yeah.
I like the fact that we've given them a chance to do something with all the feelings that we tend to have of helplessness when it comes to the conflicts and the violence taking place all over the world.
For any human being, and especially children, if they can take something and make a change or feel that they are making some kind of a statement or change, when they're given opportunity to do something tactile with that and to send out a message, it's very empowering.
If you're a teacher, part of your job is to help a student become as full a citizen as possible. So this is part of that. This is part of citizenship. This is part of global citizenship.
The International Olympic Committee has the honor of announcing that the 21st Olympic Winter Games in 2010 are awarded to the city of Vancouver.
We want to carry this project on to the 2010 Olympics as part of the Olympic truce and have an Olympic Peace Cultural Showcase with a centerpiece, War Toys to Peace Art, plus any other peace education projects that teachers may want to bring. But we want to make the Olympic truce more of a living entity for the 2010 Olympics, and that would be a wonderful legacy to carry forward for future Olympic Games.
Through the BC Teachers Federation, we created this curriculum guide so that you can do this project step by step. It's for parents, teachers, youth and community groups. Anybody can do this. This is a very easy project.
I would just suggest that you give it a try and let the kids lead you along the way. Once you inspire them, it gains a momentum that's bigger than you.